Today, the fighters will face off and weigh in for the final time ahead of a bumper night of action over at the AO Arena in Manchester, just across the road on Saturday night. It is headlined by Natasha Jonas, who is looking to add another world title belt to her rapidly growing collection. She takes on Marie Dicaire on Saturday night. Johnny Nelson, Matt Macklin are alongside me. Johnny, this is a serious fight for Natasha Jonas on Saturday.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was an upset. Honestly, I look at Dicaire's record. I look at how she fights. I look at the size of her style of fight. On the record, it doesn't look like she's a big puncher, but she's an aggressive fighter. She's natural at the weight. Former IBF champion twice over. The only loss was to Claressa Shields. And that loss, watch the fight. She put up a good show. So remember, Natasha's stepping up to fight her in her division that she's natural with. A southpaw at that. There's too many things going against her for this. She's up against a live opponent that's had time to prepare, which is why I think this is going to be a tough night for Natasha.
As Johnny just said there, Dicaire has only lost once in 19 fights. That was to Claressa Shields. Yesterday, the press conference, so Dicaire full of confidence, as was Natasha, mind. But as Johnny just said, the size difference, we'll see that on the scales today. How will that come into play, do you think, on Saturday?
Yeah, we've got to remember Natasha stepped up because of the opportunity. It was a third opportunity to win a world title.
She went up 3 weight divisions to do that.
Yeah, she really jumped up, and because of her skill and her punch power and her accuracy, she's won and she's won again, and she's on a roll. Momentum, confidence-wise, sky high. But this is a really tough fight. It's a proper fight. She has to be at the absolute top of her game.
What do you need to see from her on Saturday, do you think?
That she can adapt. I think there's going to be rounds here that she'll probably lose. Not get discouraged or lose her confidence or belief within the fight. Be cool, calm and collected under pressure, even when it's not going her way. She might have to make adjustments, adapt. But she's got a good cornerman in Joe Gallagher, so I'm sure she'll be well equipped.
It is the first time that Natasha has faced a southpaw in a professional career, so it is southpaw versus southpaw. But Natasha, yesterday when we spoke to her, she said she's had the best training camp that she's ever had. I know fighters always seem to say that, but she's relished the challenge in something new. That's kind of been a bit of a kickstart for her.
Without a doubt, I think success breeds success. I do think it's going to be about her pace. Her pace will be key. I don't think she might have that one punch power to push Dicaire back, but she needs to put her under pressure from the off, make her work at a pace that she's uncomfortable with. So whatever that game plan is, I'm hoping the game plan is pace. 2-minute rounds. For 2-minute rounds, she's got to be working for at least 145 of them, and make sure she doesn't give too much away. And as Matt said, she will lose 1 or 2 rounds, or she will be in 1 or 2 sticky situations. But she needs to make sure stick to the game plan. She sticks to the game plan. I reckon we could be looking at a points win.
Natasha does have the momentum behind her. Won a world title at the Manchester Arena. That was earlier in the year in February. Then she unified in September, so not long ago. She does have that in her favour, doesn't she? And that momentum and confidence as well that will give her going into it.
And people are forgetting how skillful she is. We're forgetting she was the darling of the Olympics. Yeah. So she's got pedigree. She understands. She's been there. She's had the highs. She's had the lows. So she's used to being on the receiving end and the losing end. So now she has more experience that way mentally. So now it's about skills. Skills will pay the bills.
All right, okay, let's get our undercard weigh-in underway even. I'll get my teeth back in a sec. Let's hand you over to Big Mo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Love Factory. Today's site for the official public weigh-ins for Saturday evening's contest live from the AO Arena in Manchester. Jonas versus Dicaire. We would like to thank our official partners today, Bet365, Everlast, Village Hotels, Wow Hydrate, and FCI Markets. We have 8 bouts on the card Saturday evening live on Sky Sports. We begin with our first bout of the night, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first to the scales, please welcome from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, here is Meshach Smartboy Mwankemwa.
So 6 rounds at middleweight between Jack Kilgannon and Mishak Wakemwa, a late replacement here. Wakemwa coming in. What are you looking to see in this one, Matt?
Well, look, I think Kilgannon stepped in, didn't he, at late notice to give Zach Shelley a fight. Got stopped in that one. But, you know, so I think that the boxer are giving him an opportunity here. That's what is on this card. He stepped in. He did boxer a favour by stepping in to fight Zach Shelley. So they're paying him back, I guess, with an opportunity here on this card.
And Johnny, as Matt just said there, an opportunity for another local fighter to get some experience
7
and fight a big
pounds,
card.
5 ounces for Smart Boy.
Kilgannon's opponent's just weighed
And
in.
his opponent
of course,
fighting
it's his
out of the
opportunity
red
now
corner
to actually
from
be on
Oldham,
the A side.
England.
It's his
Here
opportunity
is
now to
Jack,
get assault those
Jackie
stickers.
Boy Kilgannon.
So this is his doorstep. So he'll have a lot more fighting for. And of course, you know, he'll have had more notice as well. So he knows exactly how to do it.
Official weight 11 stone, 10 pounds for
So
Jackie
he's
Boy.
a bang on the way, 11 stone 10. Just set to the scales, Matt. Just round his eyes there. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we're a little bit away from the stage here, but he looked like he had red marks around both eyes. Yeah, I don't know, that's maybe from sparring or... Yeah, strange.
Or sunbed. You know, some fighters are vain. They want to look good when they get on the scale. So that's a little odd. It looks like he's been in the sun a bit too much, but there's been no sun.
But Matt, absolutely bang on the weight there, 11 stone 10 for Jack Kilgannon.
Yeah, both in good shape. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely red mark in there. But around both eyes, it looks like bruising.
That's not sunbeds, Johnny.
That's an allergic reaction to some kind of face cream. That's what I'm putting it down to.
We're putting all the conspiracy theories out there.
It's too even on each side, so even if it's a punch in the face, you can't pinch somebody so even on each side. It's probably an allergic reaction, but look, he's got the height.
Our opening bout, Saturday evening
Got the
from
reach.
the AO Arena. Wakemwa versus Kilgannon in the middleweight division.
But that bruising is I'm going to pull him afterwards and ask him what that is. I'm going to ask him what that is.
Yeah, good fight. I mean, like I say, the marking's a little bit strange. Not sure what that is. I don't know if it's bruising or swelling from
And
sparring.
now, ladies and gentlemen, our second bout on the card Saturday evening, 4 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner from Hyde, England. Here is Dale, the choir boy, Aerosmith. Official weight, 10 stone, 13 pounds for Dale Aerosmith. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to us from right here in Manchester, England, the undefeated Clarke Smith.
So Dale Aerosmith just slightly over there at 10 stone 13, fights at a 10 stone 12. Clarke Smith 2-0, so far so good for him. Johnny, what are you looking to see in this one?
This is like a local derby. Stockport is literally a stone's throw away from Manchester, and so I'm quite sure both fighters will have a fan base here. And it's nice, those kind of little local derbies. You know who each other is. You may have crossed paths now and again, but and you might know one fighter might be more confident than the other, because he knows of all the whispers that happens in the gym with the other one. That's what you get for living on someone's doorstep.
Clarke will be very much looking to put on a performance on Saturday night. He's openly said he's looking for his first stoppage of his professional career. He takes on a seasoned journeyman, though, in Dale Arrowsmith.
Yeah, he is, but he came in 10-13 as well there. But he's I liked him the couple of times I've seen Clarke Smith. Though very well schooled from the southpaw box fighter, can punch a little bit too. Looks for the body shots.
Dale Arrowsmith, Clarke Smith, 4 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division from the AO Arena in Manchester live.
Still very early days
Sky
for
Sports.
Clarke Smith, though, age 21. Early days, lots to learn, and he'll be looking, I guess, to get some rounds as well and a stop.
These boys are babies at this point in their careers, and so it's going to be a slow burn for them.
Our
the
third
mistakes are
bout
made.
on the
A winner or
card
loss
is
doesn't
scheduled
make
for
much
4
difference in my
3-minute
opinion.
rounds in the
You're just
lightweight
going to be able to
division.
learn from it.
Introducing first to the scales, please welcome from Seaham, England, Jordan Ellison.
So, a lightweight fight between Dylan Chima and Jordan Ellison, both fighters making their way to the scales. Lot to like about this one, Johnny.
You know what, Dylan Chima, we saw him operate. Was it Coventry?
On the Boxer Series.
Official weight,
The
9
support this young
stone
man
and
had
12
was ridiculous.
pounds,
And there was talks of him
5
against
ounces for Jordan Ellison.
Adam Azim, and I get that. But in reality,
And
you
his
look at the
opponent,
two, it's completely different
fighting
fighters,
out of
and
the
completely
red
different
corner.
stages in their
He
career.
stands
Adam
5
is
feet,
a
9
force to be
inches
reckoned
tall.
with now.
He comes to us
Dylan is
from
a fan
Coventry,
favourite.
England.
He gets the fans
Here
there, and you
is
like that
the
vibe, you like that atmosphere to bring.
undefeated
It's a fight that could
Dylan,
probably happen
the
down the line, but Dylan's got to keep winning.
Chima.
Dylan, at the two of them, look more vulnerable, but he's, as I say, he's a fan's favourite. He gets the crowd there, he gets the crowd going.
When we saw him fight Stu Greener, that was a fight, Matt, that he would have learned a lot from.
Yeah, he's in a stage of his career where he'll be learning for every fight. You know, he's young, he's got a long way to go, but very popular. Definitely making improvements
Official
as well.
weight, 9
And
stone,
he's still at 4-round level, really.
pounds
And
for
the quicker
Dylan
prospects to get up
Chima.
to 6-round level and 8 rounds, the better.
It just puts a smile on my face because when you're at the fight and you see his fan base, it's ridiculous. It's such a party atmosphere, and you're egging this boy to win and please his fans. He's such a nice young man.
He's one of those that he's kind of got the whole package, isn't he? You just want him to do the business in the ring to kind of back all that up.
Yeah, he's got to be able to back it up. You're hoping you can see some longevity in him. You see it to a certain point, but then when you see fighters like Adam about in the same division,
Live from the
then it gives you a
AO
reality
Arena,
check.
Jordan Ellison takes on the winner of the Boxer Series, Dylan
How much of a
Chima.
testo will Ellison be for Chima?
I don't know really. I don't know too much about him. I think he'll come and give it everything he's got. He's he's
A seasoned veteran at 60 bouts, 60 fights.
Yeah, but 27 years old. Well, he's not old, so he's even though he's a journeyman, if he starts to think Chima's not all that when he's in there, he may go for it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to open our main card Saturday evening in Manchester from the AO Arena, 6 3-minute rounds in the cruiserweight division. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner from Peckham, England, the undefeated Ross McQuiggan.
6 rounds of cruiserweight then between Vidal Riley and Ross McQuiggan. Ross McQuiggan unbeaten, so far so good for him at 3-0. As is Vidal Riley. Vidal Riley, he really wants to be taken seriously as a fighter, Johnny, and he's got a lot of talent there, a lot to show us.
Yes, he has. So Ross McGuigan here, very cocksure of himself, really fancies this fight. So he talks the talk and he walks the walk and he back it up. Vidal, he wants some kind of consistency with Vidal, so he can get excited, get busy with him. He's a very talented fighter. He's a very experienced fighter for the inexperience he has when
his
the amount of fights he's had. So you can see him going well, he's got the power, he's got the moves, got everything going with him. But he just needs to be consistent to build that fan base. It's not just about being a good fighter, you've got to be the whole package. But this young man potentially can be a very good fighter.
Here is Vidal Riley. Official weight, 14 stone, 4 pounds for Vidal Riley.
Back on the weight then for Vidal Riley. What are you looking to see from Vidal on Saturday? There's a bit of a size difference between the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, more of the same of what we've seen from him so far. He's, he's obviously been inactive, hasn't he? He's built his fight, he's put his energy into building his profile in the YouTube world. But I think now he really wants to be taken seriously as a proper boxer, and he has got talent. He was a good amateur, won a lot of national titles, and I think he's made for the pro game. He's got a nice, slick style about him, very relaxed, nice little pivot, left hook finish last time out. So I just want to see more of the same from him, really.
Our opening
There's been a bit of noise over the last couple of weeks about Jake Paul and Vidal Riley. Jake Paul saying he'd be interested in fighting Vidal because of his link to a KSI, of course. But in true Vidal Riley style, as cool customer as he is, he's just not even interested. He's not even really acknowledged it. He's kind of just letting it pass him by.
Because remember, he got into this from that. It got into this because of his association with the YouTubers. He now wants to be taken seriously. So if he wants to get, he's not going to want to get into a back and forth with Jake Paul. But Jake Paul actually is getting world-class attention, and he's a novice. So actually, there's no reason why the fight couldn't happen. Would he get respect for it? Is he got more to lose than he has to win to gain out of the fight? And of course, anybody fighting Jake Paul gets paid ridiculously, which makes him so.
And now,
intriguing.
ladies and gentlemen, our next bout on the card is scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds, and it is for the English Middleweight Championship. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the red corner from Stretford, England. Here is the undefeated Bradley the Sting Ray.
I'm looking forward to this one, Matt. 10 rounds, English middleweight title between Tyler Denny and Brad Ray. Brad Ray speaking yesterday about he really wants to follow in the footsteps of Ricky Hatton, who of course is fighting in the exhibition match after Natasha Jonas has fought on Saturday night when he takes on Barrera. He really wants to build his fan base, and he's getting there as well. That's his idol. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if this is fight of the night.
Out of the blue corner,
Brad Ray, he's tall, but he boxes short. He stands in the pocket. He throws body shots. He goes for the knockout. And Tyler Denny, we've seen in Coventry at the back end of June in that good English title fight. He brings the heat as well. So I think this is going to be a firework. This fight will catch fire.
What do you reckon, Johnny? Are you agreeing with Matt? Do you think this could be potentially a fight of the night? It has all the ingredients to it, doesn't it?
Yes, it has, because Tyler Denny, unfortunately, he's only against someone that's tall and rangy.
Official weight, 11 stone, 5 pounds, 5 ounces for the champion, Tyler Denny.
Makes the weight comfortably. And Tyler Denny and Bradley Ray is really tall for the weight, but I think it's going to be Denny's kind of fight, up close and personal, and that's why it will be fight of the night, because when you've got a tall guy fighting up tight and close, someone's getting knocked out.
Bradley Ray, he's been training with Ricky Hatton as well, while Ricky Hatton's been getting himself ready, and he's really enjoyed that and buzzed off that in the gym, he said yesterday.
Yeah, well, I think Ricky's his idol, wasn't he, growing up? But and Ricky's got a great boxing brain, so he'll have picked up plenty training around Ricky.
And what we know about the Manchester Arena is it always produces a cracking atmosphere, doesn't it? It's electric. It's a real fortress. And I think Saturday night could be something special. And it will be a piece of that on Saturday.
Yeah, for me personally, the Manchester Arena is like it's got a special place in my heart. I've boxed there many times as a pro, and being a part of Ricky Hatton's Billy Graham's stable with Ricky Hatton.
Johnny made a big claim yesterday, didn't you, Johnny, about Manchester Arena? You made a big claim yesterday about Manchester. It's your favourite, isn't it?
Yes, I did. I said Manchester. I prefer Manchester than London.
Just alienated the whole of London, don't worry.
Didn't do me any favours. Got me barred from London probably for the next 20 years. But I think the atmosphere in Manchester when there's a fight is ridiculous. In the arena, it's second to none. And I've been everywhere. I've seen it even over to the States. But the fans here are so passionate.
And now,
Mike
ladies
knows
and
this
gentlemen,
is his home.
the
This is his home
heavyweights
turf. This is his
competing
doorstep.
from the AO
It's just a great
Arena
place to
Saturday
fight. So for these
evening
young guys
live on Sky
here, what a great
Sports.
opportunity.
Introducing first to the scales, he comes to us from Barnstable, England, by way of Częstochowa, Poland. Here is Kamil Sokolowski.
Kamil Sokolowski coming to the stage. He takes on Big Fraze tomorrow night. 6 rounds at heavyweight. Big Fraze, of course, looking to go 4-0. It was a bit of a frustrating last fight, wasn't it, for Fraser Clarke? He wasn't happy with the matchmaking, and that was understandable, rightly so. His second fight against Bracamonte, he impressed in that one, but his first fight, that wasn't the fight, that wasn't the opponent, the Jake Darnell, that he really wanted to face. It has been a frustrating start for him. He picked up that injury, but he wants to get some momentum behind
And his opponent,
and also,
fighting out of the red corner.
Does he need to get some rounds under his belt, do you think, Matt?
Ideally, yes. The ideal result here for Fraser Clarke would be knockout 6 rounds. So he gets the 6 rounds, but he still gets the knockout. He gets the highlight reel knockout win, hopefully. But he does need to push on now, Fraser. I know he's been through no fault of his own, but he hasn't really had the start he would have liked. There's been injury, there's been bad matchmaking, there's been pullouts. But yeah, he does need to push on now. Hopefully he puts on a performance on Saturday night.
But in Sokolowski, he faces his toughest test really on paper to date, Johnny.
He is, and that's why. And this is the kind of fight that Fraser wants. Get in there with somebody that's got the experience, knows his way around the ring. Come in there, he's going to make a fight for you.
Official weight, 19
comes with a reputation of basically being one of the toughest journeymen out there.
That's right. So you either beat him and look bad, or he beats you when you're embarrassed. Fraser Clarke, I must say, from his first professional fight to this stage now, his condition is starting to look better, time after time. I feel for him because he's in a frustration situation, because he wants fights that make a difference. I'm glad he's doing this fight. And then we'll change it a little bit, make the narrative where get an opponent where it's 50-50, he's won half and lost half. Then get it to a point where he'll fight unbeaten fighters with a decent record to bring him through. But the next 1 year to 18 months, he's got to make sure he does, as in Fraser, has to make sure he does something to elevate his career as a pro.
What are we going to see from Big Fraze tomorrow night? Do you think he will be looking to make a
Saturday
statement?
Night,
what do you think?
Live on
If I was Fraser,
Sky
I'd look to knock
Sports.
him out, because
The veteran versus the rising
That's
star.
what everyone wants to see.
Sokolowski.
He'll get his rounds in the gym,
Heavyweights,
training, and sparring.
live
But
from the
knock him out. Get people
AO
talking
Arena.
about you. Get people mentioning you amongst the names of others. That's what Fraser needs to be doing.
Bit of spite there in between these two. I mean, Fraser, nicest guy out of the ring, isn't he? Absolutely top man, gets in the ring and he becomes a different man.
Yeah, I like a lot of boxers. They're nice guys, but they've got to have that bit of killer instinct when they get in there.
Ladies
They
and gentlemen,
need a bit of nastiness.
this next bout is our co-main event of the evening, Saturday night, live on Sky Sports. 12 3-minute rounds for the British Super Lightweight Championship. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner from Birmingham, England. He comes to us with a record of 16 wins with 1 lone defeat. Here is Casey Benjamin.
I'm looking forward to this fight. Dalton Smith, 25-year-old Dalton Smith, making the first defence of his British super lightweight title. Johnny, you're a big fan of Dalton Smith, but in Casey Benjamin, he's taking on a very confident, unbeaten in 13 fighter.
Dalton Smith
Official weight 9 stone, 13 pounds for the challenger, Casey Benjamin.
Well in the way there.
So Dalton Smith knows exactly the path he wants to be on. He knows that he has to deal with
and his opponent,
the Benjamins,
introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 and 1/2 inches tall. He comes to us from Sheffield, England, with an undefeated record of 12 wins, with 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning, defending British super lightweight champion, Dalton Thunder.
There's something, Matt, we always say this, don't we, about the British title that adds an extra spice to the fight.
Yeah, because this is a fight that's been mandated. It's not a hand-picked opponent. That's what happens with the British title. The border control have their reins, and they'll put a mandatory on you. So that forces you to fight someone that maybe the promoter or a matchmaker wouldn't have picked.
Official weight 9 stone, 13 pounds. 5 ounces for the champion.
Both inside the 10 stone weight limit.
Very comfortable.
Very comfortably. But I think, this is a good fight. Casey Benjamin, big opportunity for him. He's coming to win. There's not probably loads between them in terms of their professional careers. But I think amateur pedigree-wise, Dalton Smith, a lot more experienced in that regard.
I spent a bit of time on Tuesday in the McGuigan gym with Adam Azim, and Dalton Smith is a name that keeps getting linked with Adam Azim. There's a hope that the rivalry will build, and that's something like a domestic rivalry that will be built down the line. They're both being young fighters. I mean, that's a fight that I think we all want to see.
So we can start to dream now, because neither of these fights would look like they're going to lose any time soon. And I think it'll be a brilliant fight.
Super lightweight championship, Casey Benjamin versus
big risk
Thunder
within the next 12 months from the McGuigan team to do this. If they do it, it'll show how much belief and confidence they have in Azim.
Which they do.
Yeah, but this young man here is actually very skilled, and he knows what to do. And they'll be keeping a tight watch on this fight here, because 4 or 5 fights down the line it could happen.
Well, Casey and Dalton are just getting their T-shirts on, and they'll be making their way over to Andy Scott. But just before we get to them for a quick interview, what's this going to come down to, Johnny?
Skills, movement, pedigree. I think Dalton has it all, and we'll see that. We'll see how it goes.
All right, let's hear from both fighters. First with Casey is with Andy Scott.
Casey, a chance that you've had to wait for, a chance that you've come down here and wait for eventually. All eyes were on the scales. How do you feel now you've made that weight?
I feel great. Can't wait to go eat some good food. And, all the hard work's been put in. I just hope, obviously, on the night, the judges and the commentary give me a fair shake. And, I let my hands to the talking.
How confident are you that tomorrow you will be lifting that Lonsdale belt?
I'm confident, otherwise I won't be here, I've come to take the opportunity with both hands.
Best of luck. And champion Dalton Smith. I was looking at your dad. He'll thank me for that. Same question to you. You worked hard to win that Lonsdale belt. How confident are you that tomorrow night you'll be retaining it?
Same again, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't confident, and I could have took easier options, but I'm confident. I want to fight the best, and I'm going to continue to prove why I'm the number one.
What sort of fight can we expect from the two of you?
We'll see when the first bell goes. I can prove I can adapt. Whether Casey wants to come on the front foot, wants to sit on the back foot, I'm prepared for them all. I'm prepared for any style.
Your final prediction?
That belt there is staying with me.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening, Saturday night live from the AO Arena in Manchester. One of the most anticipated women's contests of the year, 10 2-minute rounds for the WBC, the WBO, the IBF, and the Ring Magazine Super Welterweight Championships of the World. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner on the scales first. She holds a professional record of 18 wins, 1 loss. She comes to us from Quebec, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, Mesdames et Messieurs, here is the reigning, defending IBF Super Welterweight Champion, Marie Decare.
So, 2-time IBF Super Welterweight Champion Marie Decare. I mean, all week she's been supremely confident, Matt.
Yeah, well, I think she's the bigger girl. You know, she's only had that one solitary defeat to Clarissa Shields.
And her
Naturally
opponent,
all-round welter and super welterweight her whole career, so she
comes to us with a professional record
Oh, no, exactly.
of 12
and
wins,
even though you can put weight on and build up
with
to a weight,
8 of those
you
wins
can't
coming
being natural at the
by
weight.
way of
And
knockout.
she
is
will
the
be physically
reigning,
bigger, physically
defending
stronger.
WBC
You've been used to getting hit
Super
by
welterweight
bigger girls and
champion,
being pushed around by bigger girls. So she's got a physical advantage in this fight for sure.
But this is Natasha's 3rd fight at the weight, Johnny, so she's equally getting used to being at the weight, and she said yesterday it's been the best camp that she's had. She feels the most strong that she's ever been. She said she's the leanest she's ever been, because obviously she's eating more and burning more fat, but she feels incredibly strong.
Her benefit will be her speed. The speed she's bringing up for the smaller weight. I think weight-wise, she'll be matched. She'll have to navigate herself through the reach, the engine of the care. But I do think it's a tough shout. It's a tough goal.
Our main event,
and if
Saturday
the
night
care's
from
got
the
anything
AO
about
Arena,
her,
presented by Boxer,
Natasha will have
promoted
to
by
fight
Ben
tooth and nail for
Shalom,
every round.
Canada versus
What kind of
England,
problems do you think
Quebec
Decare will
versus
pose for
Liverpool.
Tasha?
Decare,
She's a bigger version
for the
of
WBC,
Tasha. She's
the
aggressive.
WBO, the
She has
IBF
the natural
and Ring
weight,
Magazine
so she had a
Super
good, and she also has a good pace.
Championships
So everything you get her with, she's going to
world.
answer you with it twice over. So this is going to be a high tempo fight.
I mean, there are smiles there, Matt.
Yeah,
There are not going to be smiles there tomorrow, are there?
No, for sure. But yeah, they're both really good sportswomen. And listen, this is going to be a good fight. Natasha will have to be at the absolute top of her game. She's going to get this win here because she is giving away the physical attributes. But she's got good southpaw skills, very accurate. She hits hard as well.
Confidence, momentum behind her. She's in the arena where she won a world title. She's going to have the crowd behind her. All those factors come into play, don't they?
Massively so. So she's got all those things stacked in her favour, but Decare has the physical attributes in her favour. So yeah. But no, this is Natasha's venue, her home venue, where she won the world title. She's got a lot of good, omens coming into it.
All right, well, let's hear it from Tasha now. She's with Andy.
Tasha, what a 12 months it has been for you. The perfect way to cap it off, I'm sure, would be to add another belt to that collection. What do you want to show us tomorrow night? What do you have to do to capture a 3rd belt and unify again?
Just fight smart and stick to the game plan. I know how tough she is, I know how good she is, and I just have to be better. That's the be all and end all.
Should we all stop talking about the weight now? I mean, you're natural at this weight, surely, if you can pick up another belt.
Yeah, no, I think the number 1 and the number 2 in the division says it all. And at the moment, I'm number 2, and that's one place off where I want to be.
One of the narratives in this fight has been size. Do you actually think that this could be one of the fights where the size works in your advantage, that the speed could be on your side?
Yeah, there's lots of things that advantages that I think I've got, but it's all right saying that. We'll see it on Saturday.
Have you made another promise to Mila that be another belt coming home?
I'm always making promises.
Would you give us a final prediction?
No.
Okay. Best of luck. Go well. Marie, good to see you. Same question to you. What do you have to do tomorrow night to add 2 more belts to your collection?
I'm going to answer the same as Natasha, but I think my corner is even a little bit better. So I'm going to listen to my corner. I'm going to stick to the game plan. And I know we've got a good one.
I know you won't give us the game plan, but what sort of fight can we expect?
Can you keep it secret?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Me too.
Okay. Have you got a message for everyone back home? You've been brilliant all week doing everything in English. Have you got a message for everyone back home that's not been able to make the journey?
Yeah, well, pour tous les gens à la maison qui nous écoutent, je sais qu'une partie de vous est avec moi ce soir, puis c'est la petite fille de Saint-Eustache qui a grandi en banlieue, qui a été mise de l'avant, que vous avez supporté, qui est ici au AO Arena en Grande-Bretagne pour l'événement principal d'une carte. Merci à vous tous pour votre support, puis inquiétez-vous pas, on ramène les ceintures à la maison. Can you get that? Can you translate it?
For the non-French speakers in the audience, what would the translation be?
I said, I come from a small suburb, and all through my career, people have been supporting me. The media, the fans, the people from boxing, everybody has been behind me. And it's that little girl from a suburb that comes and do the main event at the AO Arena. And I know that everybody is there. Every part of everybody is going to be there Saturday with me. Thanks for the support. And don't worry, I'm going to bring those belts back home.
We wish you all the best of luck. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much. That's just thrown me. I was expecting Matt Macklin to be stood there, and I turned around and it was you. How are you doing?
All right, all good. I'm all good. Excited.
Yeah, you're looking well. We're looking ready to roll.
Yeah, you know what? It's like after the little disappointment of last fight time, I'm just focused. You know, I'm excited to get in there. It's like, you know, when you have the fire in your belly, it's a good feeling. I've got it.
And in Sokolowski, he's a step up for you in class, but it's a test that you're relishing, that you won.
This is boxing, you know, like everyone keeps telling me, you know, this is a fight that probably should have happened first or second fight. But we're here now, and yeah, let's just get on and enjoy the fight.
We all know you've had a bit of a frustrating start to your professional career. What do you want to prove tomorrow night? What do you want to show us?
I just want people to see, like, you know, what I can do, what I'm capable of. I'm not a finished article. I'm not the best fighter on the planet, but I work very hard, and I'm at a good level now, and I'm only just getting better and better.
Can we see you make a statement, do you think, tomorrow night?
I'll win. How I do that, if the opportunity arises, absolutely. But I'm going in there, I'm just going to do what I've been doing in the gym.
What do you want to see from Fraser tomorrow?
I think the stuff we see in the gym, the stuff that he's been working on, he's not really had a chance to show us that because of the level of opponents. So that the noise and the frustration, now hopefully it pays off. I think in this opponent is probably one of the toughest journeymen out there. So you either get embarrassed by him or you do a job on him. And I'm quite sure Angel's going to make sure you do a job on him, so you can practice what you've been working on. He has the skills that I can understand the frustration of not having the opportunity to actually let everybody see what he can do.
We were talking earlier. You're 31 years old. Are you feeling the pressure to sort of get a wriggle on and move on quite quickly? And if so, are you thinking past this opponent? Are you thinking long term?
No, not really. As much as everyone says it, oh, he's 31, I'm not in a rush because I feel good. I feel better now than I did at 25, 26, and people say, yeah, whatever. But if I was going in with this guy at 26, I wouldn't have had the power to put me away. He might have fiddled his way to a draw, or I might have just nicked it. Now I feel ready and comfortable that I'm a grown man. I'm not going to be getting shoved around by these older guys that are a bit more experienced.
You're not going to listen to these sort of people, are you?
I'm mature, do you know what I mean? Like, people talk about age. No,
age is just a number, Fraser.
I feel great, you know. Look at Joe Joyce. He's a machine, yeah. He's still going. He's killing it. I feel like I'm coming into the best years of my life now. I'm in my prime. I'm ready to go.
That's what they say about heavyweights, so they come into their own about mid-30s. That's what they do say, and that's why you're growing into who you are as a puncher, as a fully fledged man as well.
Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Best of luck.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you.
You can go now. You're not Matt Macklin. In comes Matt Macklin. That very much threw me there. I wasn't expecting Big Fraser at all. Looking forward to seeing Big Fraser tomorrow night.
Sorry?
Very much looking forward to seeing Big Fraser in action. He's as cool as you like, taking on his stride.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, he's really proved his punditry abilities.
He's after your job.
That's why, exactly. He's a very great talker, very honest, breaks it down well. And you know, he has been impressive when we've seen him in the ring. It's not been his fault that the opponents haven't really been able to give him a test. And obviously the injury as well. It's just been a bit of bad luck. But hopefully that's behind him now. I expect him to put on a really good performance tomorrow night. And then really it's important then, you know, injury permitting, that he really does push on and get and it's up to boxer as well, by the way. They've got to pay the opponents to fight him. They've got to make the matches because he has got to push on.
Well, yeah, when we speak to him, he says he's not in a hurry. He said it's basically all of us saying he needs to get a wriggle on, but he doesn't feel like he needs to. He feels right in his prime.
Yeah, but the years go quick. You only need an injury, you're out for 6 months. You get forgotten about. He's experienced, he's mature, but now he's got to make that transition into the pro game, which I think he's going to do quickly because he's got that style. But he just needs the fights now. He's got all the ingredients. He's just got to put it together and get the opponents in there to fight him. So he's someone that should move quickly.
Well, before we go, just a final word on our headline event. After seeing what we saw on the scales today, how both fighters look, what do you think?
Raise an eyebrow for us all to see the actual
size difference.
And it still looks like Clarke is actually two sizes, 2 weights heavier than her. Again, I think this is going to be a massive plus for her. I think Natasha's going to have it all to do. She's got to depend on her pace and her speed. Think smaller, but fight bigger. Use pace, use speed, and that way don't try and fight fire with fire because you're going to come off on the short end with that one.
Matt, how are you seeing it?
Yeah, I mean, this could well be the toughest fight of Natasha Jonas' career. I know she had that great fight with Katie Taylor and the close one.
And Terry Harper.
Terry Harper, which, most of us thought she was unlucky not to get the nod in that. But, she's given away a lot of physical attributes here. It is her home arena. It's where she won the world title, so she'll be confident. She'll have the support, all of those things. But she's given a lot away here in terms of physicality.
Prediction?
Tough one, but I think if she can use her brain, stick to the game plan. Don't get involved physically, but in and out with her feet. Then maybe she can scrape home.
I did that little smile because I looked at him and he doesn't want to give me a prediction. He was just going, no, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
I can't hear you.
That old chestnut. All right, I'll let you off the hook just this time. That's it from us. Stay with us, though, later on this afternoon. The Hatton Barrera weigh-in is going to be taking place, so join us for that. But as for us and this undercard and Tasha Jonas and Clarke, the talking is done. It is all eyes on Fight Night, which takes place tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports Arena. We shall see you then.
Yeah, that night he was a big underdog. Everyone, Costa Tzu was one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, legend of the sport. But it was Ricky's night. It was not going to be denied on that night. And him and Barrera, it's been a long time now since they've retired, and
they're good friends though.
Always were. Robert Diaz, who's an advisor of Marco Antonio Barrera, became very friendly with Ricky Hatton as well, and then through that relationship ended up becoming a matchmaker for Golden Boy. So yeah, there's it's a great story if you go all the way back with it. But the fact that they're coming together to have an exhibition bout, I think it's good. I think Ricky has got himself in great shape physically, but I think more importantly mentally, it's given him something to focus on. It's given him a bit of purpose. It's given him motivation to get into this shape, and hopefully that once Saturday night is out the way, he can keep that he stays in shape and maintains that balance.
Well, certainly talking to him yesterday, that seems very much his intention, doesn't it? Because like you say, Matt, the training for this, having this as a goal, has given him that focus to really focus his mind, his body and everything involved. And it was really nice yesterday because he got a little bit emotional, didn't he? Talking about throughout his career there were moments where things weren't quite right in his family. There'd been fallouts. His mum and dad weren't there for certain moments in his career, and on Saturday night it's a real chance for him to sort of right those wrongs, isn't it? And have Campbell there, the whole family, be able to stand in the ring and look out. It will be a really special night.
I had a right smile on my face. I see his mum and dad there behind at the back there. It gives us all a chance to talk about the memories of Ricky Hatton. He's alive. He's actually going in the ring. He's actually just trying to go down memory lane. I remember that Costa Tzu fight. I remember walking in there with Brendan, and Brendan said, "Oh my God, we both signed with the same promoter." I think I was actually getting paid more than Ricky was that night, and I couldn't fill a phone box. And I thought, wow. And Ricky backed on himself. And everybody, even though they wanted Ricky to win, his hard fans wanted him to win. The powers to be thought, no, Ricky's not got this one. But Ricky pulled out a blinder, and at that point there, he elevated himself into a massive commercial commodity. And he did the right thing, and now Ricky Hatton still lives on.
Well, they both looked in great shape yesterday. Let's see how they look on the scales now and hand you over to MC Paul Booth for the introductions.
Right here, 12th of November, a little after 10 p.m. Once again, that famous boxing blue moon will appear over Manchester as the hitman rises. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome to the official weigh-in ahead of tomorrow's exhibition bout scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing, as 2 boxing legends once again take to the ring at the world-famous AO Arena, Manchester. Between the 2 legends, 112 boxing victories. Marco, 22 years a professional boxer. Ricky, 15 years a professional boxer. Out of their 112 victories, 76 finishing by way of KO. And the 2 boxing legends have amassed 12 belts amongst 5 weight divisions. Time now for the official weigh-in. Firstly, to make his way to the scales, boxing out of Guadalajara, Mexico, introducing the International Hall of Famer, that is Marco Antonio Barrera.
Here he comes, Marco Antonio Barrera, an absolute legend.
So the round sanctioned by the PBA,
finished his career in 2011, but Saturday night he gets one last shot, or will it be one last shot? Who knows with these exhibitions?
The schedule distance. He's a former WBO and WBC
older greats of the
super
sport.
bantamweight, a
It
former
probably gives them
IBO, WBC and
something
lineal
focus
featherweight,
to
and a former WBC and IBF
get in the gym,
super
train,
featherweight champion of the world,
and put themselves into decent shape again, and then hopefully they can maintain and hold that shape now. Once Monday and everything's over with, they can maintain that shape.
161 pounds.
Oh, nearly my old middleweight days.
161 pounds, the official weight for Marco
panicking if he got the weight back in the his fighting days.
And now,
imagine it.
to make his way to the scales, he returns once again in the ring tomorrow evening in the city which he so loves. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighting pride of Manchester, England, Ricky the Hitman Hatton!
So much love for this man, Matt, and rightly so. I mean, wow, he is in some fine shape again. Your eyes.
Ricky always used to win
He's a former
great shape.
How has he done that?
Johnny wants his training plan.
No, but at the peak of his career, there weren't many fighters in the world, pound for pound, that had better stamina than Ricky Hatton. The pace that he could fight at and keep it going was just off the charts. And it doesn't shock me that he's in good shape, because I know once he puts his mind to it,
he's in great shape.
Once he puts his mind to something, he's all in. And he's just trying to keep, now that when Saturday night is out the way, hopefully he can maintain that.
The boxers will now face
even if he
off
just stays
for
in
the
the gym
final
3 or 4 days a week and just try and keep as close to this shape as possible and not
He's still
balloon
looking
up.
very snappy on the pads as well. I don't know if you've seen any of the footage this week.
Yeah, he looked sharp. He looked sharp. He jumped in that bar, getting on that bar bag, pushing the
Sky
prowler.
platform as well.
He's been in fantastic shape. Obviously, the timing and that won't be there what it was years ago. Of course, it's not going to be there, but both of them are faded former great fighters and they know each other.
They're on an even keel, Matt.
They're even keel, 16-ounce gloves. It's going to be a good event. A good event.
Well, they're wearing 16-ounce gloves, so it's a big glove.
So the final
Johnny,
face-off
no
of
head
the
guards,
baby-faced
8
assassin, the
2-minute rounds.
three-division champion
Technically,
of the world,
there's no winner,
Mexico's
no
master of
loser.
boxing, Marco
We spoke about this
Barrera.
yesterday.
And the fight belts, two-division
How hard is it
champion
going to be,
of
though? When you're a
super
fighter,
light
you know the
welterweight
rules.
champion
You
of the
can't knock
world,
anyone
the
out.
fighting pride
You want to put on a
Manchester,
performance.
England,
It's going to
the
be in
Hitman
front of the
rises
Manchester
with
Arena.
Ricky, the
Ricky's
Hitman
fortress.
Hatton.
Do you think it's going to be hard, or they both know the game? They know what the rules are.
They're professionals, so you know how far is too far. But this is how much this is an iconic moment. We're all stood here taking pictures, getting goosebumps, thinking, "Oh my God, look at this guy." And I'm looking, thinking, conditioning wise,
Once again,
unbelievable, because we know where he's been. He's smiling, almost in tears. His parents are behind us, almost in tears, because they probably thought this day would never come. To at least see this, no matter if it's serious, an exhibition, it doesn't matter. This is the applause for the journey that Ricky's produced.
So much respect between these two fighters as well. So much history.
Yeah, well, look, Ricky modelled himself on the great Mexican fighters. Barrera would have been someone he would have idolised and looked up to, and like I say, they became friends through their career. Robert Diaz, who was an advisor of Marco Antonio Barrera, became an advisor to Ricky, I guess, were part of his team. Now works for Golden Boy. So, there's a very long-lasting relationship there, friendship, and they're getting to fight each other, an exhibition, there'll be crowds there. Listen, if they were sparring back in the day, you'd have sold tickets to watch them. Now they're selling tickets to watch them fight in an exhibition.
Well, let's hear from Marco Antonio Barrera. He's with Andy Scott.
Marco Jr., thank you for staying with me. You've done the weigh-in now, great reception for the two of you. Just how excited are you now to get in there tomorrow night?
Bueno, estoy muy contento de estar aquí en Manchester. Primeramente, gracias a toda la gente que está aquí. Gracias a Ricky por pensar en mí en esta exhibición y esperemos que eso sea una gran fiesta.
Very happy to be here. I'm very excited for tomorrow. I want to thank everyone for showing up. I want to thank the media, the public, the support. We can definitely feel it. I want to thank Ricky for considering me for this exhibition, and we're ready for tomorrow.
It's quite incredible to see the shape of Ricky Hatton, but looking at yourself as well, at your age, you've obviously taken this very serious as well.
No, yo creo que sí, todas las exhibiciones deben ser en serio. Felicito a Ricky Hatton, en verdad, por ese extraordinario cuerpo atlético que presentó el día de hoy. Eso quiere decir que la gente va a ver una exhibición muy padre.
Pro Fighter exhibition, we take this seriously. This is a sport. We show respect to the sport. I want to also congratulate Ricky. Incredible shape, incredible form, and we're just happy to see him healthy.
It's a celebration of two great careers, but what do you want to get out of tomorrow for yourself?
quieres sacar de mañana para ti?
Bueno, mañana queremos sacar una extraordinaria exhibición, que la gente salga contenta y que la gente recuerde a un Ricky Hatton como un guerrero como lo fue y a un Marco Antonio Barrera también que le gustaban los golpes.
I want to leave knowing that I put up a great show, that Ricky and I are great sportsmen. We just put a great show for the people, and people really like us seeing us in the ring.
Marco, thank you very much and good luck tomorrow. Mucha suerte. Ricky, this completes this amazing transformation. You looked amazing on the scales. You must be incredibly proud of yourself and got some abs there and a great weight as well.
Yeah, it's took a long time to get in the shape that I've got in. Obviously, there was the postponement first, and it should have been July 2nd, but then it got moved to November 12th. But I behaved myself, kept on top of things, you know, and I'm feeling better for it. And if it's one thing that has taught me, you know, having a goal, something to strive for, a target again, it's made me look after myself, and I feel a lot happier and a lot better for it. I think everybody from the boxers I'm training, from me mates, my family, my kids, everyone's getting a better Ricky Hatton. And I think I'm not ready for my pipe and slippers just yet, but sooner or later life slows down for us, and I think I've reached a point in my life is where I am now physically and mentally. Where I am, I feel I'm at my best now, and so sorry, Ricky Hatton's a person of the past, I think. Yeah.
Your trainer Blaine Eunice actually said to me there, we got a picture in the gym and we show it to the young pros, and now you're setting the targets in the gym, you're leading the sessions. It's had an impact on everyone, and not just the fighters in the gym, but the fan mail and the messages of people that have reached out to you. How important is that to you, that message that you've projected?
Well, it's very important for me. Obviously, I'm a former fighter, I train professional boxers now. But I also see myself as an ambassador for mental health, because I think whether it be my family, my friends, you know, Sky Sports viewers, boxing fans, just the public in general, they've seen that roller coaster, you know, that I was on. So many great times with all the world title fights and the shows in Vegas and City of Manchester Stadium, and then my head fell off for a short period where it took me a good while to get myself back together. So there's been lots of ups, lots and downs. But Ricky Hatton's in the best place he's ever been now. I mean, I'd love to be able to turn the clock back and go and perform in Vegas again and lift world titles again. Of course we would, but, you know, that's not going to happen. But, I mean, physically, mentally, Ricky Hatton is a happy Ricky Hatton these days.
I think Vegas is only just about recovered. One for tomorrow, you're actually giving fans and everybody that's followed your career, giving them something back. But how important is it for you that when you're in there tomorrow, that you take it in and you enjoy it?
Oh, you know, how can you not enjoy it? I'm in my second home again, the Manchester Arena, you know, in front of my fans. I'm sharing a ring with my good friend and a legend in Marco Antonio Barrera. You know what I mean? You know, what is there not to enjoy? It's been great for my well-being. And I hope I've inspired a lot of people, whether you've got weight problems or mental health problems or confidence or anything, to say, look where Rick was a few years ago and look at him now. You know, that is the main thing I wanted to achieve in the build-up. I've not even stepped foot in the ring yet, you know what I mean? And there's been so many positives to come out of it. I know me and Marco need to do, which I know we will, is put on a good show for the fans like we always did throughout our careers. Even though we retire, we're doing an exhibition, we can still put a show on you, so you watch us both Saturday night.
You always had a great message for everybody post-weigh-in. It might have included a few expletives now and again, but some fans have come out today to see you. What's your message for everybody tomorrow?
You know...
A clean one.
No. I mean, the message is, I think me and Marco were two proud champions. You know, we've done so much in our career. And I think because of our styles, we were fans' favourites. And we're not going to, me and Marco aren't going to tarnish that. We don't want one fan leaving the arena tomorrow going, what a waste of time that was. That was sending me to sleep. Nearly took them out there. That sent me to sleep. That was boring. That was rubbish. You know, me and Marco, that's not what we're about. So we're going to put a good show on for everyone tonight. Trust me, you won't go home disappointed like you've never done when you've seen Ricky Hatton fight.
Good on you. Great message. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to it. The Hitman rises. Ricky Hatton, Marco Antonio Barrera.
almost swore. Got away with it there, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, Ricky was always one of those guys that
on the edge.
And he could get away with it. And I was thinking, he used to say things, I was thinking, if I said that, it'd have been an absolute lead balloon. But he could just get away with it.
Do you know what the overriding message there from what Ricky was saying is? Just how beneficial, how good it is for your mental health to train, and how much better he feels. If there's anything you take away from this, it's that.
It's inspiring, and again, there's so many messages that can be sent out to so many people that don't even have the courage to step in the ring. The courage is to actually to go to the brink, like we saw Ricky, emotionally, mentally, physically, and now to looking at the condition he's at now. He's given himself a drive, and he's given other people inspiration to think, you know what, if he can do that, what am I complaining about? And I know there must be many people in worse situations, but for what Ricky Hatton's done, just to get here alone, never mind get in the ring tomorrow, I think it sets a great example and a great drive and inspiration for many others.
Well said. Matt, as you mentioned, you've had some cracking nights in that Manchester arena. Ricky's had some epic nights in that Manchester arena. How do you think he's going to feel walking out to Blue Moon, the atmosphere? What do you think he'll feel like?
I think it'd be really emotional for him. I think really emotional. I mean, so many memories will just come flooding back, I guess. But even though it's an exhibition and Marco's his mate, they're both fighters, and he'll still be looking to try and have the better. So he'll still want to refocus and know that he's got to get in there and wants to perform and do a performance that does himself justice. It is an exhibition. They're not trying to take the head off each other, but they're competitive guys, so it could catch fire a little bit. But yeah, I'd imagine it'll be emotional walking in. But I think he'll probably then try and fend them off until afterwards. But I imagine when it's over and he's walking back, it'll really hit him.
I think everyone will be a bit emotional in there, won't they?
I think I will be, because so many, it's such a massive part of my life personally. The Manchester Arena, Ricky Hatton, that gym, all that huge part of my life. And when he used to come out to Blue Moon, I used to make the hairs. Even when I hear it now, I get that feeling. So, I don't know what I'm going to feel myself. That's me just watching, so I can't imagine what it'd be like for him.
I can't wait. It's going to be really, really special. We're expecting that around 10:30 p.m. tomorrow night. That's on Sky Sports Arena and on Main Event. But our action gets underway from 7 o'clock on Sky Sports Arena. Thank you very much, Tats, for joining me. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Join us 7 o'clock tomorrow, Sky Sports Arena.